So behind me is a giant fruit sculpture, and it reminds me of how when the Israelites were about to take the promised land, they went into the promised land to grab a couple giant fruit to show everybody what was there. But the problem is, it wasn't just giant fruit that was there, it was giant enemies and difficulties and challenges. And many people decided to focus on the enemies and the challenges and the evil bad guys, then focus on the fruit and the good and God's promises and his sovereignty and all these things. And it's just a lesson of how we are meant to focus on what God tells us to focus on and think about what he's called us to think about. There's verses that say, seek first the kingdom of God and all things will be added unto you. There's verses in Isaiah that says to, he is kept in perfect peace whose mind is stayed upon the Lord. There's verses about, meditating on what is pure and what is right and what is lovely. So many scriptures tell us about what to think about. Why? Because with left to our own devices, we will think about the negative. We will be anxious and we will be not thinking about what God has promised us and the fruit that is before us. We'll be thinking about the giants. The problem was, when the Israelites did that, they did not inherit what God called them to do. And I want you and I want me to inherit what God has called us to. And so we need to make sure that we're focusing on the fruit and not the negative and not the bad giants. So there's giant fruit out there for us. We just got to go out there and take it. Ow!